Welcome back to the channel, Cheap Not Broke. I'm your host, Malcolm H, and we're asking the question, do emotions affect your money? And the answer is yes. Heck yes, they do. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, wherever the case may be, so I can keep you up to date on this cheap, not broke family business. Because once you join, you're part of family. And what do we do in families? We share information. But today, what are we talking about? Do emotions affect your money? Heck yes, they do. Yes. Everybody's made an emotional purchase. Everybody's gotten a little emotional over some money and bought something, didn't buy something, whatever the case may be. It happens to the best of us. But the question is, can you master those emotions, control those emotions? Your emotions don't go anywhere. They're a part of you. And people make it seem like, oh, you're supposed to throw your emotions in the trash. It doesn't work like that. They're a part of you. You learn to manage them. You learn to control them. You don't just forget them and throw them out. That doesn't happen. Have you ever been at work and had a bad day? And like, yeah, work kind of sucks. And, you're just on lunch break. They're getting on your nerves. It's noon. It's lunchtime. You say, you know what? I'm going to buy something really good to make yourself feel better, cheer yourself up. Now, what you might buy might cost more than what you normally pay. You usually buy lunch for 10, 12 bucks, but you know what? You're stressed out. You want to buy something really good, something to make you feel better. So you spend $22. That's two times what you usually spend. Now, the fact that you're upset, you're not feeling good, you feel justified to buy this and make this purchase. I'm just using lunch because it's a good example. A lot of times when people feel some type of way, food makes you feel better. It's emotional. People are emotional eaters. There's nothing wrong with that. It's only when you do it too much and it affects your health. But there's nothing wrong with going to buy something to make yourself feel better. But when you do this all the time and you don't have no control over your money, it becomes a problem. Then that's when you're not being cheap, not broke, because you're not looking at the value. You're not looking at, hey, how does this affect me over time? Is this a good decision outside of right now? Another thing, what happens when we get emotional with your money, you go buy stuff to make yourself feel better. Clothes, shoes, go do something, whatever the case may be. Nothing wrong with that. But when you do it all the time and you're always finding yourself in a bad spot and you're having to spend more money to make yourself feel better, what are you doing? Are you doing the right thing? The answer is probably no. You're not. You got to get that stuff under control. Like I said, you can't get rid of your emotions, but it's being able to evaluate why you feel, how you're feeling, and do you need to spend some money along with that emotion? If you're feeling sad about something, hey, everybody gets sad, but that doesn't mean you got to go spend all your money to cheer yourself up. Or if you're feeling happy, that doesn't mean you got to go spend all your money to go make yourself feel ecstatic, because I think that's a level higher than happy, if I'm not mistaken. You don't have to do these things. You got to set some boundaries for yourself. Or, you're in your relationship and, your partner might be spending too much money or whatever the case, or you go do something drastic to get them to stop. And you might make them upset. And now the conversation is not about the money. It's about what you did. Now you got to talk about how you hurt somebody's feelings or made them feel some type of way. And it's going to be hard to get them to focus on the money. So your emotions have 100% effect on your money. Even me, this happened to me. When I first moved to Los Angeles, there was this promoter out here and he said, hey, we're going to put on a show at this club. Everybody needs to pay $150 so I can secure the venue so we can all get booked on the show. You sell tickets, which is a bringer show. With the tickets you sell, you'll make your money back. Plus that, once you sell that allotted amount, you'll make more money. You get to keep all that. Not only that, you get to perform in the club. Sounded like a good deal to me. I took a piece of my student loan money to perform on this show. I said, you know what? I just moved to Los Angeles. This is God. God said, spend the money, Malcolm. Spend the money, spend the student loan money so you can get in this club because your career is going to take off. Did it happen? No, did not. Did I blame that promoter? Yes. He didn't ask me where I got the money from. I just came up with it. And then I didn't sell enough tickets. I didn't make my money back. And the club didn't even sell out. It just went all bad. I didn't get to perform in the club, though. I was happy about that. But I lost my money and I didn't get any money back. I was upset with this man because I felt like he was supposed to give me my money back. That wasn't how it was supposed to go. I put up the money. You make it back by selling tickets. I didn't sell enough tickets. I didn't get my money back. I lost. I got emotional, got upset. I didn't think logically. I should have used my student loan money to do that. That was stupid. But it happened. I did it. Didn't work out. I made the money back. Everything was okay. But I learned the lesson. Hey, look, you can't just jump at opportunity. Look, you got to look at the long-term benefits. Long-term benefits was, oh, you're not going to be able to pay your student loan at the end of the month. Work a couple extra hours to pay that stuff off. Yep, got emotional, got upset, but it was all me. It was all me. It wasn't them. It was all me. I was the one. I made the decision to spend the money, not them. Me. I said, "Hey, this is a good opportunity." So I jumped at it, and it bit me in the butt. It's all right. It happens. I live and learn, but I got emotional when spending money. You got to think. You got to take a second and think outside of your emotions. Give yourself a second to process your emotions. Everybody's different. Everybody processes their feelings different, but your feelings can have you broke. Your feelings will have you broke, or your feelings will have you sever a relationship that money comes from, and you'll get upset with somebody, call them a name, say something, send an email, or tell somebody else something. You don't even have to say it to them. You might even tell another person what you said, and then they get back to them, and that's how the whole thing fall apart. So your emotions in a situation can affect your money, because you might lose your job or lose a relationship with a supplier or whoever the case, because you said something in the moment, got emotional. And everybody doesn't take apologies. Look, apologies come a dime a dozen. Everybody apologizes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you apologize so you can do it again. So you can't just apologize to people and expect everything to be okay. It doesn't work like that in all aspects. So, and just learning to manage your emotions as a person is a task. It definitely is a task. I had to do some work. I had to do some real work. I had to read some books. And because in my relationship, I wasn't the best person I can be. And I realized in a relationship, you get kind of exposed. Your behavior is exposed. Somebody's always with you and they tell you, hey, this is what you do. This is how you're acting. You don't realize it because you're by yourself. And you're not going to call yourself on nothing, especially if it's not hindering you in life. But your behavior might hinder your partner and they're going to call you out on it. So in that situation, I had to learn and do some personal development. I had to read some books. And along that, I learned to manage my emotions and process my emotions and understand my emotions better. Not just get rid of them like, oh, I don't need my emotions. Now they're going to be there. Like you always hear men, oh, men, don't cry, don't do this. Hey, a man that's crying will still kick your ass. So don't be fooled about that. Crying men are violent too. They don't have hands tied behind their back. I think the issue is, as men, nobody really listens to you when you have emotions. When you're young, your homeboys as teenagers aren't qualified to help you process all this stuff, and you don't always have an adult that you trust, because sometimes they're looking to tell you what's right and what's wrong. You learn to process stuff on your own, and it just manifests, and then you start making money, and you start making emotional decisions with your money, and there it is. You start making bad decisions based off of your emotions, and those decisions that you make off of your emotions, it's not that you're just bad with money. You're bad with your emotions. Well, not bad. You don't manage them very well. A lot of people don't manage their emotions very well. And you can have lasting consequences because of that. Making the decision to go steal something. Yeah, you need the money. You're justified to need money and have to pay for things. But how you go about getting it? Well, there's consequences to that. And you might, oh man, in the heat of the moment, go do something foolish or steal something. And you might have to be paying those consequences for years to come. So it's always important to just understand your emotions, understand yourself, and just make better decisions financially once you understand your emotions and how the hell you act. Like, hey, you can't get upset and go putting your hands on people. You can't get upset and be mad or happy and just go spend this whatever amount of money you want to spend on anything you want to spend, because you'll be paying for it later down the line. And it's just not what you want to do. I appreciate everybody listening to the content. I appreciate everybody listening, tuning in. Got more to come. I got comedy show. So I post a comedy show once a month. So if you're in Los Angeles, come out to the comedy show. I post those on Instagram. And also go to cheapnotbroke.com. Check out some merch. It's summertime. Got great merch for you. Grab a t-shirt, get one, join the family, and be a part of what we got going on. We're out here talking about value. Remember, if you're cheap, you'll never be broke. I'm Malcolm H., your host. I'll see you next time. Take care.